Oh my god! Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I am Bogus Meat Factory. Folks, did you just hear what I heard? Dude, that was intense music. A taste of what we were going to have tonight. We beat Citizen Sleeper last stream on Saturday. Today is Monday, my god. And it was a fantastic game. Loved it to death. Had little weird nitpicks, but those were just me. Weird things happened in my brain. I don't understand what was going on, but I very much enjoyed that game. It was delightful, and I would recommend that to anybody who enjoys a narrative-based game. Play Citizen Sleeper. It's worth your time. It's fantastic. But that was the music that you just heard was part of the soundtrack of the game we are playing tonight. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. And this is going to be a big one. So this is a game that is going to be dealing with mental health and a lot of trauma, and get ready. I'm stoked. I'm stoked to play this game. I know what is wrong with me, that I actively enjoy games that are intense emotionally. So, I don't know. We'll see. Lurk away, Audio Eric. I hope that your day's doing okay. Hopefully you're not working too hard. Don't work too hard. I hope everybody's Monday started off well. Today went great. It was 7-Eleven. I hope y'all went to 7-Eleven, got your free Slurpee. I did not. I mean, I did. I took my kids for a walk, and we were turned away. We could walk to a 7-Eleven, and the guy working there is like, that's not a thing. And it's like, it is. Here's the website. And they're like, nope. You want a free Slurpee? Buy 6 of them and be on a rewards program. You're not getting a free Slurpee. And it's like, okay. So that was weird. And, but no, my day went really well with the kids, though. I had a great day. It was chill. Our weekend was good. We went out and saw dinosaurs at the zoo over the weekend. It was just a great time. We've been having a very active and chill series of weeks, and it has been an absolute refresher for me. Because, man, I've been cooped up inside for too long. But let's get into it. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play this game. I want to just jump right in. I know, first off, no spoilers. I'm coming in legitimately fresh. I know that the game particularly depicts mental psychosis and a whole lot of mental health related stuff, and that it's very intense visually and orally. So that is a warning for folks who can't handle things with trauma and intense images and stuff to deal with mental illness. Like, if you can't deal with that, I totally understand. Completely 100%. You don't have to get into this game. You don't have to be diving into the stream. You can just chill. No big deal. But I am ready to dive into this game because I want to play. This has been a game on my list for a very, very long time. So let's get that going. Come on, game. You can do this. I believe in you. Fingers crossed. You gonna work, game? Earl says, "Hail and we'll met." Hey, Earl, it's an absolute pleasure. Earl, you missed out, my friend. There was some food porn in Citizen Sleeper, and I was like, "Where is Earl? Where is he?" Because it was right up your alley. Oh man, it's just a love letter to cooking and the power of cooking. It was a delight. All right, I'm going to play with a controller because I think that that's what this game was built for, right? It came out originally on consoles, and so I think that's how it's intended to be played. There was these mushrooms, but it was special ones that they had taken like a week to prepare, Earl, and it was just this love letter of how they were preparing the mushrooms and how they were cooking them and all these things about it. And then like sharing very personal stories about themselves as they're eating and tasting, and the descriptions of the food were very vibrant, and it was a delight. It was very sensual. Oh, okay. Turn up the headphones on my end. I enabled, let me We'll find out where is a good place for me. But I enabled subtitles for everybody too. So let's just begin. Oh boy. This is going to be intense. This is going to be a circus because it's intense. How are you doing, by the way, Sakura? It's good to see you too. You played this before? Speaking of Vibrant, is Nick getting along okay in the search for ancient plants? I haven't heard from Nick in a couple days. He is doing well. He's enjoying the party life of Italian hospitality. And I think he's doing good overall. He's glad to not be in the United States right now. That's for sure. He's happy where he is. Sakura says that they are well. Not played the game, but have watched multiple playthroughs. Interesting. Well, let's see how this goes. Let's see where my brain goes. I hope whatever happens, my brain doesn't like pick into things. We'll see how it goes.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter.
Want some rye? Of course you do.
Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now
Headphones.
it begins anew.
Let me know if you can hear it, if you need the audio boosted, whatever you need.
It's breathing. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. They can feel each other. She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already feel you coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed.
Whoops. Whoops.
I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you listening?
Look, up ahead. You see it too?
You promised you'd be able to find
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's there.
You see them?
Look around and you'll see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. Watching her.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
Whoa. Whoa.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
Interesting. Let's see how we do controls-wise. See how this game feels. We got to do the camera. We're carrying a head.
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Let's do it. Zach Maddock, it's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. We gotta take a knee. We gotta take a look around. Can I go back? No, I cannot. Okay. Just me wafting through this is my first time playing this, absolutely. Wafting through, a sea of dead bodies, no big deal. Oh, hello.
Do not forget my stories, Senua, because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living
Focus now.
will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
How are you doing, Zach, by the way? You played this last year. And are you excited for the sequel? Hello. So the right trigger's focus. That's interesting. Okay. A whole lot of sounds.
yearns for life, hungers for it, like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping.
What is going on?
Not this time.
Huh.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
Yeah, I saw that when we came in.
The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you?
Interesting.
I hear you.
He's there, you know.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
That's who that is. Persicatisika, welcome. It's Dillian. It's the head of her loved one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead.
Oh, we got a run button.
His soul.
Dwarven Dad, how's it going?
His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be at peace. Do you know where
The
you
bridge
are?
to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Dwarven Dad, I've heard that this is an intense game. I knew it was coming in, but I legitimately know nothing about this game. So, like, I'm coming in completely fresh with no knowledge of anything about the game besides its, its audio, So for me, this is going to be interesting. Hold on, there's a path over here. So I'm in for a treat. We'll see how this goes. It's beautiful in a terrifying way.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Also, I noticed that on this big wheel, it's a signifier, I'm guessing, of all the different audio things, because the S is what we saw earlier, and it's lit up at the top, and M is the next one. To kind of notate that you found all of them. Zach says the part where you have to navigate an IKEA and select the right bedroom set feels out of place, but otherwise it's executed pretty well. Yeah, well, I mean, that's Furnitureheim, right?
She has to be somewhere once again.
I'm looking down. What are you gonna do, voices? I'm looking down. Then you find out the meatballs were made with horse meat. Horseheim. Yeah, the land of Swedish meatballs made of horse meat. Meatheim. We're gonna RP walk a lot.
Just drop down. What's going down? What's down there? Wow. Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Hello.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them. Don't listen. I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Where is he? Let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you? It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Druth is my truth. Huh?
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
To guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
Interesting.
Seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Use your eyes.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Take a closer look. Where is the secret?
Let's see.
It's just hidden secret.
Huh.
Hidden secret.
I see. Interesting. This has FMV vibes. Absolutely. I mean, the motion capture is so fantastic, right? Is that a... okay. So I can't go back.
So brave. You're not safe.
Stop.
It's hidden.
It's me. Look towards the gate. And the gate.
There we go. Absolutely. The performance of it is fantastic. There we are.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? It works.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Huh. Oh, jeez. Don't mind me. Just going across the waterfall, hearing voices.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here.
It's so interesting.
I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know
Oh,
that
okay.
death
I can
is
actually control this. Okay.
waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
I was actually controlling that. I was like, I didn't realize I was. Okay. So we can slip and fall.
The world of the dead is ruled
Yeah.
by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead.
Interesting.
To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed. And with her, you must bargain.
Yep, that's where we're headed. Interesting. Very much the audio is fantastic, and definitely headphones are required. I couldn't imagine doing this with just like subtitles on and audio low. A lot of people play games without the game audio, which is weird to me. It's always been weird. I don't understand how a person can be like, I'm putting on a YouTube video and this game that I have never played before, I'm just gonna turn off the audio and just have it kind of have a show on them in the background. I get it for like, you played this game for hundreds of hours. You're doing a grind.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him.
I'm pushing.
Someone's here.
The music playing in the background of this.
You took him from me. I beg you. Let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Jesus. Looking into my soul is right. All right, let's see. Kick.
It's nearly over.
Okay. How do I block? That's a block. Got it. Ho ho ho. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, you can't hit these guys. Okay, what do we do? Oh, that's it. Tutorial. Tutorial. In order to get there, you have to die, right?
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Each time you fail, the dark rot will grow. Well, then let's not fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. Then let's not fail. And all progress will be lost. We're not failing. God help me. Odin and whatever help me. Jeez.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind.
And we'll format your drive.
That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul.
Truth, Zach Medic.
But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow. Whatever the cost.
The combat feels incredibly satisfying. That's because I feel like it's very forgiving. And that's to its benefit.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravn. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Where are we going first? I think we're going to fire first.
Why can't she? She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to fight two gods first.
Two gods?
Two gates.
Which will she choose first?
One of them will kill her, I know.
Surt, the fire giant, has answered.
Be very careful.
He comes from a land older than mankind. And the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
So, like, I saw the trailer to the sequel without playing the first game, so not really having any knowledge of
She
it.
found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. Was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
Oh, Dwarven Dad. Look up the trailer for Senua's Odyssey. I'm taking the path less traveled. And like they're fighting giants, so they're in Jotunheim, right? Why?
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Yeah, so there is a sequel. And I don't know what it entails, but they fought giants. I'm like, oh. Interesting. Interesting. We even have gameplay of it. Didi. So, like, it's coming out, like, next year? Early next year. Oh, look at that.
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons. Some of us further than others.
Interesting.
Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Hello, Waterfall Mum. Indeed. This is also, I'm glad that my wife is home right now and able to watch the kids, because this also gives lots of little sounds where I'm like, the kids need something? Is something going on? Is something... Okay, there's a big structure there. We're going around. Bunch of burnt bodies. This sounds like a combat arena to me. Yep, just stacks of bodies.
Focus.
What is this? Why am I focusing on this? Oh, that's open the gate. I just skipped a step. Let's go get it. I skipped a step. That's the symbol I need to see. Oh, jeez. Oh.
You won. He can read.
Oh.
Finish. Don't let them get behind you. Keep them in sight.
Sorry, I keep hitting that button as if that's gonna be the thing I need.
He finished him.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm so stoked. This is so great.
I can still smell it. Sweet, sickly stench of burning human flesh. And I still hear their cries carried in the wind. Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
roots are important.
You can hear the leaves.
There they are.
The friends.
The screams will help you. I gotta go back a little bit more. Right, maybe? There it is. There it is.
The path to Hellham is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate.
Nice skybox.
You will see that it has opened. When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Interesting. Okay. Just looking around. I'm thorough. I'm thorough in my looking. Big old fire. Oh, beautiful.
Take it down. Take it down now.
Don't let them surround you.
Don't let them get behind you.
You finished it.
Oh, jeez.
Finish this. End it now.
There we go. Ooh, that scared me. They're like behind you, and just bam. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
When you see a fire gate of Surt, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering.
Oh, okay.
Just to look at it.
I'm sorry that I don't give pithy responses. I'm just engaged. It's super fascinating.
It was everywhere. It was a test.
So it's testing us.
It's testing her.
Why? Why would he do that?
The pyre.
Cert
is through
waiting
there.
for you. He's waiting for her. You can't get through.
How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth, scent. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it.
Truth is waiting for you.
It was never going to be that easy.
It's always weird, right?
Is waiting.
He can't get through. Find him.
The pyre.
I'm finding that this game is one that speaks for itself. It's one that doesn't need me to have to sit there and constantly give a lot of commentary to. So I feel bad that I'm not going to say a lot in these situations because there's just so much to take in. It's incredibly visually striking, and like, it's weird because in a lot of games, there's a lot of people that always like to live off the bread and butter of like snarky remarks and comments about games, and like, oh, look at that, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times that's great and fun. Like, I love doing that a lot. But like in this game like this, like, how can you make pithy responses? Typically, there might be one coming here and there, but
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
I don't want to ruin the experience, says Zach. That's perfect. That's the perfect response. You don't need me anywhere else. What else can I provide when there's such great commentary right there? Okay.
She needs to find it.
Another person.
Another fire sacrifice.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Interesting. Yeah, here we go.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn. Then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
There's a little spot under there. Wait, can I crawl? No. I cannot.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
Okay, so the fire's up here, right? How do I get up there? Can I climb? Oh, I gotta go up this way. This way, here we go.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
we gotta find the path. Oh yeah, I remember Ragnarok. It's a good time. Remember that time in Thor Ragnarok? Yeah. He went to space and fought the Hulk. I'm running, guys. I'm running. Voices.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy. All of them, even theirs. None.
Is that a real actor or is that
In the
CG?
end, I set myself free. Defy the gods,
Because
Senua.
that looks
Find your own path. I
FMV.
find mine.
My gods abandoned me.
Oh, Sakura, please hit us up with weird Norse mythology, please. But I gotta know if that's an FMV, because it looks like it. It does. It looks like an FMV.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt. The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Surt will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Full motion video Heim. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been there before. Good place. I was trapped there for a very long time. Okay, so I gotta find the signs first, it looks like. And that's gonna lead me to the fire, yeah. The gate to the fire. Okay, what symbols are we gonna find? Let's see.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Oh.
Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Interesting. Where are we at? There it is. So there's the R. Where's the M? It's gotta be like the trees. Right? We're getting closer. Odin rode an 8-legged horse that Loki was the mother of. I was gonna say, she did a fantastic job. She won an award for it too, multiple awards for her performance. They're telling me it's near. Here we go. Yep, told you the trees were it. This game is, yeah, I mean, already you can tell that the acting is incredibly fantastic. The performances are chilling. And a lot of times you need that situation where you have a person who doesn't have the skill in it, who's just smart enough to try to figure it out, and presenting it in a way that seems very genuine and interesting. God. Oh, I'm on fire. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. Okay, guys. It was all mocap? Okay. Oh, come on now. I evaded. Oh, God. Okay, nothing else? We're good? Okay. Whew.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world and cry!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
So, no, I'm good right now, Zach. I'm good on the combat tactics right now. I don't think I need any at this exact moment. Round 2 Gaming, it's good to see you. I'm loving it so far. It's intense. it is a very difficult game to really pin down and and talk about, because it is such a it's a game that speaks for itself. I can't sit here and give commentary on this game because it is such a striking game. And it's fantastic already. We just started. And it's fantastic. There's just so much to the game. 1 second. Let's look. Fast strike, heavy strike, block, evade. Okay, good. I was like, is there maybe some control I'm not picking up on, maybe? We got a lot of symbols to look for.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Sirth. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran.
It's good to see, by the way.
Would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
No. I said focus, there's a secret. Oh. Let's see. Climbing ladders with a severed head. Like that one is, yeah. There it is. Oh, but I'm looking for the other way around. Gotta see it from the outside. There we go. Oops. I'm just looking for P. I feel like that's it, but I'm not quite sure. We're looking. It's not in the fire. It's here somewhere. Oh. I feel like it's the flag, but I'm clearly not right. Because it's missing that extra piece. I see it. Wait, Leia. You see the P? If this is the P, what was the other one? Oh, never mind. This is the, I don't know. They're all P's to me. You see it, though. I really don't see it. Huh. Oh, hold on. I'm an old man. Don't mind me. All right, let's see. Guide me. It's not this here. It's viewable here in this spot. Uppercase P, middlecase P, lowercase p, P's all the way. I'm trying to see the P. There's the P. There it is. Now we gotta find the Vg. We found the P, and now the Vg. I said I wasn't gonna do pithy responses. ICP. I could get some Fago for that. We could. We could get some Fago.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of Cert and escape my darkness, then so can you.
Oh god. Yep.
Run, Senua, run, run, through the fire. Keep running, go on, nothing will stop. Run, Senua, run, run, run.
She's dying.
It's supposed to be that way, right?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together. Side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Whoa.
Spill the blood of Surt. Take his mark, and I will change you from the underworld, and forever you're dead.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight me now.
Surprise him! Watch out! Search is getting stronger. Stop him! Stop him now! Must stop him!
Oh, jeez.
It's too hot! Stop him now! Stop him! What's he doing? The flame shields!
Suck it, sir. You pyramid head wannabe. You're fired. Sir, you're fired. That was good. That was good. That music.
A greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you.
I can't believe this is just
life and
mocap.
the next,
I really can't.
to fulfill yours.
The way the intricacies in the way he moves is just a little bit more
Ready
specific.
to face
The camera kind of locks
in
in.
the eye, as I have.
I still feel like that is full motion video. That is a recording of a man.
Your quest.
Like her, like, yeah. Oh, achievement unlocked. With her, like, yeah, this is CG, but like, I don't know. I feel so intensely the FMV from that guy.
Druth was a troubled man. A scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids. Drove him to madness. Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world.
Wait, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going back the way I came. Unless I have to. Did I miss something? Yeah, I think I just have to go back. I see.
Saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. If his tales of hell were true, then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him, until she too could see what he saw.
Interesting. Oops, wrong way. That was a great fight. Amazing visuals, very striking.
Have you ever died before?
Great music.
Serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. The stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before. And she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
Hello.
He's too far.
Oh, I see. The focus is going to slow down time. Come on. Oops.
Behind you.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you, voices.
He's gone. Yes, Senua. They're surrounded. Not strong enough.
dude with a shield.
Don't give up.
Oh.
Why not? She can't. She's only done one test.
Just one.
She's only passed one
What's
test.
the other test? Is there another one?
There must be.
So I wondered.
Valravan, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains.
Hello. Is
Follow the
does health regenerate between combat, or is it always a
him in battle to earn his
thing?
mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
It's like if I finish that fight, my health's back.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, while others fair.
Okay.
But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
Learning some history. It also has a kind of second chance mechanic. Okay, interesting. Call me all father. Who's your all daddy? And what does he do?
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
First thing I do is try to walk through it. Because I'm a crazy person. Okay, so we gotta go around.
What's that? It's a door. No, it's not. Push it. Push it. Push it. Come on. She did it. She did it.
Of course I did it, voices. Come on now. I'm gonna call them the Karens. Good morning, Simon. I'm gonna start calling the voices the Karens. Because they're just like, you can't do it. I want to speak to your manager. Just quiet Karens. Oh, I see.
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? Once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
I started at about 8:30, so an hour and like 10 minutes. We've already finished off. I finished the Fire God, dude. I didn't do the spoiler, but I did do the spoiler though. I missed that Kiaheim, full motion Videoheim, and Fireheim. How are you, by the way, Simon? I hope you're doing well. This game is fantastic. I will say this. It is absolutely stellar and stunning.
Anyone never could close her eyes, however hard she tried. Begged.
I got Surtur, yeah. So now you're in the realm of Valraven, indeed. And just fighting with the Karens in my head. They aren't helpful. I mean, they are helpful sometimes and not helpful the other times.
This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
These spells are very cool. Oh, hello. How's it going, buddy?
She finished him! They're overwhelming. She's going to lose. He's down. Finish it.
Oh, it never gets old. Ho ho!
Feel the pain. You're close. Ended it.
There we go. I did Valraven first. I was feeling Surtur was calling to me first. Something about this combat was just so satisfying. So Simon, I think part of why the combat feels so satisfying is that it's very forgiving. So it gives you that there's a large window to counter, right? And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy. It's just that, like, if you think about it in these situations and utilize all the tools, it can be incredibly easy. They give you a lot of tools to succeed. That doesn't mean that combat is necessarily easy. It's just that it gives you those abilities. Choosing to make every swing makes it all a bit more personal and visceral. Simon says, combat is very forgiving. How can I add this to quotes to rub in your face later? I think it's what? Slash quotes, I think, right? It's like exclamation point quote and then the quote. I think that's what it is. I want you to rub it in. I want you to. I very much enjoy this. I'm enjoying this game. It's fantastic.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
A long time ago.
Look how much it's changed. It's all different now.
Oops. What are we looking at here? I see. Ravens are always lying.
The seal. Align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
The thing is about ravens is that they never forget. They're more smart. They're smarter than elephants. They hold grudges. No, I can't. I can't feel it, Karen. I can't. The door glows white now. Obviously something changed. Come on. Is that ravens or crows? Both? Aren't they the same thing? What's the difference between a raven and a crow? I just thought they were called something different.
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world where the forest itself is watching.
Different birds. What's the difference? Are ravens not as smart as crows?
Another gate.
Another gate. You know what to do.
Do I?
You have to open it. It's not safe.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Okay. Love the story of Senua's characters, model, and mocap actress. Come on, we just need a temporary stand-in. Final game comes out. That's me! That's right. We talked about that earlier. Whoa. Whoa, I saw some eyeballs in the stairs?
I hear something.
If you hear the song of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him.
They're the eyes.
Be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
The song. Valravan's song. Listen, focus. Focus.
I am focusing. Do I have to go across somehow? What's the... I hear it. Focus, focus, focus. I think it's right there. I'm so confused about what it is I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, hold on. I think I know. Hold on. Is that supposed to make the stairs get bigger? I need to have them raised up higher or something. Right? Crows don't say nevermore. This is true. They don't. Senua is a Pict from the Orkney Isles off the northern tip of Scotland. It was her people that did the blue woad face paint that Braveheart erroneously appropriated. So I see the eye there. Okay, I see the eyes. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, hold on. I see something. Ah! There we go. What is this all about? Okay. So doing this changes it. What? What purpose does that serve now? Did I turn it off and I could have gotten through there previously? I'm so confused what I'm doing wrong. Illusionist, shake my head. So I need to get up there. 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 There we go.
Challenge me.
It ain't him.
He disappeared. Where did he go? Where is he? It's all your fault.
He wasn't here to begin with, ladies. Karens, please. I politely request you to shut the front door. There we go. I figured out the gameplay loop here. Is he available for birthdays? I mean, you gotta call him, right? Just looking for secrets. Just looking for secrets.
Fight me.
Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, shush.
Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
If you can't afford Loki, if you're shopping around for Nordic gods to attend birthday parties, Loki's hard to beat. Yeah, but like, Loki's gonna end up like stealing the birthday cake and making kids cry constantly. The giant raven-headed illusionist, different story altogether. He's just gonna scare the crap out of your kids. There he is. Hi, Valraven. Oh, you're gone. I've played Outer Wilds. Or Outer Worlds. Man, Outer Wilds is the one. Outer Wilds. And I know how these illusionist puzzles work.
She can get up now.
What's happening?
Yep.
She can get up now. How can she get out? Must be magic.
It's not magic, ladies.
Raven. Tricking her. Raven. How can she get out?
Have a wonderful evening, Earl. It's a pleasure.
Dark magic draws her closer.
It's not. It's not him.
It's a trick.
She's doing it on
Ma-
her own. He's not
Maybe Thor could bring his 2 goats, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder. Kids love goats. I love goats too. Interesting. Bam. That was good. That was good. I love me some illusion spatial puzzles. Now, I mean, Simon, if you had the opportunity to go to a children's birthday party, wouldn't you bring your 6-legged horse child? Like, you're gonna leave them there at home? No. You're bringing them with you. You have to.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning. A deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
I feel like the Lore Stones are all one big guerrilla marketing campaign.
Raven. He's there. She can't win. Has to find another route.
Truth says there's always another route.
Find a way somewhere. Go round.
Droot says there's always another route. I smell combat. Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
Behind you. Behind you. Watch out.
Oh jeez.
Slow.
Get out. Shield guys are a pain. Ah. Oh, jeez.
The better fight. Watch out.
Behind you.
Take him down. Down.
Ah. Oh, jeez.
Behind you.
I'm going. Shush. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Get out of the way. Oh no!
Get up quickly! It's not over. It's not over. Keep going.
Oh my god, I'm stuck. I can't see. What happened? Gotta go to Dinnerheim. Have a good night, Zach. I lost! Matawi! Burger Stall, how are you today? Oh no. The rot! Welcome, Matawi. Welcome, Burger Stall. It's good to see you. Zach, thank you so much for hanging out for this process. Go enjoy your meal. Enjoy dinner time. What? Ah. Ah.
Watch out! Sights, watch out!
He's stronger than you.
I'm trying to dodge.
He's finished. He's down. Finish it. Finish it.
Oh my gosh.
Defend yourself.
Behind you.
Oh jeez. Dodge.
You won. Too slow.
Just die, dude.
End it.
There.
This is nearly the end.
There we go. How you been doing, Matawi? Burger Stall, it's good to see you wiggling that little booty. You know how you get me going. Have you guys ever played this game? It is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's been a joy. So much has been going on. It's an absolutely wild experience.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth.
It's worth playing, Matawi.
Into the salt
It's
sea.
worth it. Do it.
They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
Interesting. The lore. Gotta love the lore.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return.
Yes, I do.
Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Gotta line up the ravens. Interesting. I love where he's pointing. I'm picking up what he's putting down. I want a whole gallery of her on motivational posters. It'll work. Yep, we got a whole lot of them. So there's two.
Balraven's soul. It's over here. It's over here. Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's two. Which one?
Let's start over here first.
It's magic. It's magic. It's an illusion. She's been in the forest like this before. This reminds her of somewhere.
The forest.
Where? Which forest? The forest in the wilds.
The wilds.
She left him. She went to the wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth. Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd
She'd
be
be
dead.
She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian. But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him. She thought she'd bring the darkness
I need to get
him
that over
too.
here. Okay.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Right? Okay. I didn't do that the first time. Opening up all the doors. The Karens are just in my ear, being a pain in the butt, as usual. Oh, okay.
The Northmen say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice. He hung himself from the world tree, and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry and gathered them in his mind and learnt them. Then he fell from the tree.
I need stairs to appear down there so that I can reach that. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. We're fine. We created a hole in the wall by looking through here. Let's seal it up now that we have the door fixed. Now the room should be intact. And we have a door now that can get us access in there. That makes sense. That's why the bridge is there in the first place. Right? Yeah, because that's all intact now. Okay, I just gotta climb up. Smart game. Smart, smart.
The ravens. They've gone. No.
Half of them have gone.
They've gone. Some are still there.
But where?
Some are still there. Well, Raven's helping.
He's not helping.
It's a trick.
Quiet. I can't think.
Oh, come on, Karens.
In the cold winter woods.
Where?
She no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. Almost. But she remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
So good. Okay. All right. Yeah, he's there. So what has changed here? There it is. That's what's changed. Nixie, welcome. How are you today? I am, oh my gosh, Nixie, legit. Wow, what a game. So far at least. So far at least. And we've only been playing for an hour and a half. You know, so that says a lot. I hope you've been doing well. I haven't seen you on in a while. Hope everything's going okay.
The ravens. They were all no.
There's just enough.
Where have they gone?
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own.
Stream tomorrow.
The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all.
What are you streaming? Shout out to Nixie.
And the glow, the smallest hints of shape, sound, or thought, grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
Ooh, Yakuza 6. I need to do Yakuza games at some point. I really do. Oh, shoot.
You'll gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillian before her time comes?
That's insane, Nixie. Here's the thing, okay? Drown out the Karens in the background. Let's take a second to talk about that, right? Because I've talked about a lot of things. So, Nixie, I've talked a lot about the priorities that people place in gaming, right? And I find this incredibly interesting. You typically will see two very distinctive camps, right? You'll see the people who very much understand, want narrative in games, narrative-heavy games, because they want to focus and emphasize on connection, right? Relation, connection. They want the story. They want the characters so that they can connect to. And there are other people that want the challenge. They want to win. That's not a bad thing. But what's interesting is that the people who want narrative, that prioritize narrative, prioritize connection, character, these sorts of things, right? They understand the desire to win and overcome those odds. They understand that side of gaming. But the people who just want to win do not understand that side of wanting connection. Senua is practically a Frank Frazetta icon come to life. She belongs on the side of a van. And so, when we talk about the need to play games to connect and to experience narrative, a lot of times those people just have a broader scope and understanding of games in general, right? All about the connection. And that's what's so vital and important for at least what I do when I play games in general, is I'm looking for something to connect with, right? And it's not just with the game, but it's also with people as well in that process. Because we gain perspective, we gain memories, we gain a more vibrant and colorful experience. You know, for instance, a person who goes and plays the most recent game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, right? On the baseline, it's a simple, challenging game. It's fun, recaptures the arcade experience. Playing with other people creates a more broad experience. You have different things that happen. Your memories are more, it's more memorable and it becomes more engaging, right? But there are people who, when they see that game, they're like, I don't want to play with other people. I just want to play that by myself, and I want to beat it. I want to beat the challenges, I want 100% the game, and I want to be done with it. And you can see already that the just by that description, this gigantic distinction between how we perceive games and the differences between those things, right? Because like I'm a huge fan of fighting games, right? Fighting games don't have much of a narrative, or not much of a very good narrative. But why then, if I enjoy fighting games so much, do I also then enjoy these types of games too? And that's because fighting games have that intimate combat experience against another person, and that is a different type of connection altogether. I will fight you, Simon. Let's do it. I mean, they don't look. Fighting games do not have an emphasis on good narrative. They have a narrative, but it is not necessarily good. You cannot sit there and tell me the Street Fighter narrative is great. It's a great narrative. Or Virtua Fighter. It does have a narrative that you learn about in the manual, not in the game. Tekken, don't even get me started. But, so, how can you get other people to then see the other side? And a lot of it deals a lot with people's just emotional distancing from themselves and from other people. This distance that they create from everybody because of fear of being hurt or something. I don't even know. But there's definitely an emotional distance that people create, and I don't think it's fair for themselves to lose that side of things. You know? Simon says, Street Fighter's fantastic. Zoom out. Look at the relationship of Ryu and Sagat and how it changes their games. Bitter rivals, now they're cool. I understand, Simon, but like... Dan. Blanca. Like... It's not necessarily gripping character stuff. And so... And I see it with so many people. The moment that you see somebody sit there and make a blanket statement of narrative bad, it's like that person, something must be wrong. I hope they're okay. Like, there are people in this world who are like, that game is terrible. Its narrative is terrible. And it's terrible because it's not such and such and such. And it's like, no. The narrative may be bad for you because you can't find a facet of it that you can attach yourself to. There's nothing wrong with this, right? But there are other people that can. They see the facet, they attach, they click with it, that sort of thing. And a lot of people can't fathom the idea that they couldn't do that. Or that they didn't do that. Right? They can't fathom that. There must be something wrong with the game. And they do that over and over and over again with these games that deal with much heavier themes and elements that require a moment of letting go of yourself and experiencing these emotions and letting them hit you. Right? And for them, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You cannot do that. Because they build up that wall and they make it impassable. And there are I'm on this diatribe because I was talking to someone earlier today. I was like, is there ever a person on Twitter that you just really want to antagonize? Because there's people on Twitter who are very prominent in the retro community, in the streaming community, who are very much like narrative bad. And this game is trash because narrative bad. And like, oh, they're forcing these political things into it. And it's just like, I just want to antagonize this person. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a step back. They're just emotionally stunted. Simon says Blanca's on a quest to find his mother. Maybe by bringing attention to himself in this world-spanning tournament, he can. He becomes great friends with Dan and El Fuerte. Stories told through broad strokes shows each loss means he's further and further away from his mom. Simon, you know what? I take it back, my friend. I take it back. I love fighting game stories. I do. I just feel like they are told ineffectively. Is that better? I feel that the stories that are in a fighting game are interesting and fascinating. I love, because like when I play one, I have to get all of the endings. I have to do all of them. I have to beat it with every character. I have to. Because I enjoy the story. I enjoy seeing the endings and seeing what crazy things they do. But what happens a lot of times is the story in those fighting games are told between games. They're told in the manuals. They're inferred, right? It's told without words. Well, it's also told without actions too, Simon. It's told without actions as well. The journey, and also because of the nature of a fighting game, or if a character beats it, that's as if the timeline was that character finished the tournament and was the main character, but they're not. And so the difference between Street Fighter 2 and 4, narratively, things have changed. And also the fact that 3 takes place after 6. And like, so it's what, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3? So 1, 2, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. Sorry, Street Fighter 1, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. It's total actions. Shoryuken! No, but Simon, you don't see Ryu give that scar to Sagat. You don't. You don't. It doesn't happen. It's just told. Like, you learn about that after the fact. I wish it was. I wish it was. We got some combat coming.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
I have the sight.
This in darkness. We can fight it together.
But it's just interesting. Sorry. I get into a lot of frustration with trying to engage with people about narrative in games and like connecting to them, because for a lot of people that is an impossibility. They won't do it. They can't do it. It's not that they can't do it. They won't do it. And all the while you have to sit there and just listen to them just be so dismissive about everything. You're right, Simon. You're right. I don't think you're wrong in that case. Okay. So that should open up now for me to go down there.
Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth, the man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
So, Simon, you bring up a good point there, right?
She could have seen my home before these dark times.
You talk about having to kind of work for it to connect the dots, and I think that that's actually a big draw. Nate Wilkie, thank you, my friend. I think that is a great point. I think that's a great point of having to do some work to try to unravel that stuff and wanting to see what comes next in the game. I think you're right. Having to put that work in also makes you connect with the characters more, you know? And I very much enjoy that. Like in the Alpha series, what's great is also that some story elements are tied to performance. So if you do super well, you'll get an extra intermission like story character fight. Nate Wilkie, oh, it's going great. I'm loving it. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. I'm eating it up. It's not affecting me negatively. So that's a positive, at least. But I am very much enjoying it. Only way to do it. Only way to do it. That's the truth. Okay. So now that's down, I have to look through here again. I call them the Karens. They're the Karens. Like, come on, knock it off, Karen. I get it. I get it. Someone may come looking for a friend. I don't think I came across that, Simon. I will have to try that again, because I don't think I ever came across that. Oh, here is the tree. Yeah, the tree's climbable. Okay. I see. He's gonna be behind me.
It's open. Open.
This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
He's behind us.
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? I remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus!
I'm focusing.
I see you. I see you now. You led me to the wilds. You trapped me there.
Okay. Okay.
There's too many. Find a good position. You guys hurt. There's blood.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh my god. How do you stop that? Okay. I gotta just block. Not gonna die. Get up.
She's injured. She can still do it.
Oh, jeez. Ah.
She's nearly there.
There's another one. There's more. Be ready. He's defend himself.
Focus right now. Focus right now.
Where's he going?
I never beat you in the wild.
Ah.
It was an illusion. But not this time.
You goddamn Skeksis.
The mark of Valravan. One of the keys to the gate to hell.
Ooh.
Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it?
Well, Surtur was a lot easier than
Those dark
Valraven,
winter nights in the wilds.
for sure.
There were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Achievement unlocked. Alright, I'm going to take a short break, stretch, give myself some water. It's a perfect time for it. So I'm going to be right back. Enjoy. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hi, folks. So yeah, oof. That was a hard fight. That was really challenging. I'm surprised I survived. I'm very surprised that I survived. Hold on. Did I go up here? Yeah. I came in here and came down. Yeah, whew, man. So, I think that in general, I mean, my main message, the thing that I was so corrupted. Did I go up here? Just look at the map. What map, Simon? There's no map. I think that my overall message for a lot of folks in playing these types of games is just like, let go. Go for the ride.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive. Shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. The trees, the mountains, caves.
Is that still gonna shift things? It does. That's funny. Yeah, let go. You don't have to control everything. Just go for the ride of a game. You know? And if you feel like the puzzles are too tough for you, then just use a guide.
I wonder,
It's fine.
can you see the faces too? They're there. If you look for them.
Faces. Hello, faces. Mom!
Senua, you have the sight. Mother, just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld. The underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Crystal Shard had some crazy puzzles.
Did you see?
Oh, yeah.
That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the wood. Like she's still watching over. She misses her so much.
Yes, how she won't look at you. Look at me, Senua. No, we're not gonna do it. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my eyes. She won't do it. Yeah, so like I talked about this a lot with a lot of people who are like there's a good friend, Mike Clam, you'll see him in chat from time to time, has a really wonderful adventure game club where they do adventure games every month. And this month is Riven, the sequel to Myst. And a lot of people are like, I'm not gonna do that because it's too challenging of a game. I don't understand it. It's too tough. I'm not going to play. And it's like, guides. Use guides. Just use guides. The key is that you understand the puzzle. If you understand how things work, the logic behind it, using a guide isn't a weakness or a failure. If you just go and look for a guide and it's like south, east, get this, west, go, give that to them, go, like, then you're not really getting the full understanding of it. But if the guide is helping you better understand the reasons behind the game, the reasons behind the puzzles, and you have a better grasp of it, then I think that it's perfectly acceptable to use a guide. The thing is that with games like Sierra, 9 times out of 10, the puzzles don't make any sense or have any rhyme or reason behind them. So there's that as well. But with something like Riven, all of its puzzles have contextual understandings behind it, right? They fit within the rules of the world that they create. And so it's so vital for you to be able to understand those rules in the first place. And a guide may push you in the right direction and better understand them so that you can handle it.
And the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
We did it.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
Off into hell. Here we go.
It's so dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell.
You're ready, Nate Wilkie. This is good. I'm glad you are ready.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas, they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
You did this! No! This is your fault.
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandon to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war.
Yeah.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
So let's talk about this for a second. Let's let this music play. It's fantastic music. So Simon says she still sees her face in the world. It's a common symptom of schizophrenia. It's amazing. People see faces in clouds. Some animals in nature, like butterflies, adapt camouflage that looks like a predator's eyes. We're hardwired to see and recognize our parents' faces or dangerous predators' faces. Some people have a condition called face blindness who just can't. I wonder if that particular symptom of schizophrenia is just that system being miswired or working harder than normal. Nixie says, well, my family member with it sees faces in things everywhere and says they're talking to her. Those faces are also the ones that tell her to stop taking meds often. It's hard to see sometimes. So this is one of those things that we also they simulate this in seeing patterns, right? This obsession with seeing patterns. Dave Wilkie, that's exactly what I just said. You're just like, bam, pattern recognition in overdrive, and placing importance into those patterns, meanings, symbols, signs, these sorts of things, and absolutely, it's a miswiring in the brain. I mean, mental illness is a physiological problem. It's not some spiritual problem that a lot of people would like to say it is, and that's just BS and nonsense. It is a physiological issue in the brain, and it's wild. I'm sorry, Nixie, that you have a family member that is stricken with that, and it's not easy. That's not easy at all. Simon says the brain is a mysterious thing. Things get miswired all the time. Audio stimulus can trigger visual stimulus. Yes. Some people don't have a mind's eye or inner monologue. Those go into overdrive, and inner monologue could possibly sound like an outer voice, an auditory hallucination. Absolutely. To me, it's so wild that people don't have an inner monologue. I still can't grasp that idea. Like, I can picture things, but they don't, like, having images in my mind through thought and imagination, those aren't conclusive of anything. Those aren't, like, I can't think in pictures and make decisions. Pictures tell stories that I fill in with my monologue. It's okay, Nixie. No, it's totally fine. And so, yeah, it's weird to have people. I remember someone who had gotten brain damage and it caused them to say their inner monologue out loud. It was rough. Oof. Yeah, for real. Not having that ability to internalize, that'd be impossible for me because that's all I do is internalize. About this game, though, guess what we're doing, guys? We're not fighting the underworld. We're not in the underworld.
The gods made you a warrior.
We're fighting people. That's what we're doing.
When there is a new road ahead, the only one that makes any sense.
We're fighting people, folks.
He's down.
Ho ho ho! Oh, the shields get me every time.
End it now. This is nearly the end.
There. Whew. Scary. Cross that bridge. We're killing people. Sorry, folks. We're getting revenge. We decided to deal with our mental illness by secluding ourselves into the wilds, saying goodbye to a loved one, and when we had felt that we had overcome this, we come home to find everybody dead, and everything razed and destroyed. And then the madness takes over, and we continue to go in and exact vengeance.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another change.
Oh, ho, 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 look at you, big boy.
Quickly get up. They're coming. She can still do it.
Building it. Oh, oh, jeez, that's close.
It's nearly over.
Can I get a better vantage? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Get out of here.
He's gone.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That's how we do it. This is my first day playing it in Avoki. First day playing. We started at 8:30-ish. Man, whew, we're doing great. Only had one death in the game. Great. Pattern recognition time.
The journey to Helheim is never a step.
However you come to the
Oh.
gold-covered bridge that leads to hell,
Sorry.
you may find it guarded by a giantess.
She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Looking for patterns. You remembered more puzzles? There's one down. I have a tough time finding the patterns, to be honest. You do not remember this part. There it is. How is this supposed to look? Like an X. Here we go. I see it right there. There it is. And now we got the X, right? But yeah, this is definitely not what it seems. For our character. Not what it seems at all.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
There it is. Come on. It's right there. You got it. Senua. There we go. It was Simon? Oh man, I love it. I very much enjoy spatial puzzles and that sort of stuff. Like, what? I got the X. I got the X. Hello? Game? Why are you doing me like that? Yeah. I had to do it just a little bit longer. Yeah, there we go. It's also my jam. I'm drinking jam? No, I'm drinking water. This game is my jam.
The gate is opening.
It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
This is the final boss?
I'm sorry.
Hello? It's me.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness.
Is it
You're
really?
not a warrior. You're a disgrace.
No way.
Gods will punish you for this.
Is this
Pick up
really the final boss
sword.
fight?
Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up.
No way. No way.
Get up. Get
No
up.
way.
Fight.
No, it's not the end. That's not the end. No wonder I don't remember this.
Stories of lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming?
Trying to
Even when
trick me,
awake,
Simon.
and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is
It's true.
you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed.
Thanks, Satan.
What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be? Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on.
Whoa.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's true. It's not real.
I don't get that reference, Simon. It's one that I know everyone's made. I don't get it. She's running up that hill.
It's a trick. She knows it's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
I'm with the voice on the right, the one that says it can't be real.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. What's happening? Go towards it.
Nope. It's just a trick. All right, we'll go. But no, I mean, I'm familiar with that voice. That voice of depression. Absolutely.
There it is. You're imagining. It's Dylan. He's gone. You were so slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See? There's nothing to follow. Come
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Nope, I'm going this way. Cave. Secrets. Mom!
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Interesting. Exactly.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind.
Full circle to what you're saying earlier. Exactly.
It's in your mind. There's the tree.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Soul play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
I was saying earlier about people and their inability to connect with games that connect with narrative, right? And strong narrative, and games that deal with more complex emotions. And a lot of the times it's because people create that wall and that barrier. And for them to be able to connect to that stuff, they have to let go emotionally. Stop trying to control things. Stop trying to dominate things. And that's a major issue for a lot of people.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out in Sigmund's touch. His brother, King Sigurd, wants it, but Sigmund refuses it, so King Sigurd plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Sigurd captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Well, I've always talked about that, Simon, about this putting games, putting media in general on a pedestal, on this holy, sacred pedestal, right? You're trying to control it, you're trying to protect it, you're trying to force it to be what you envision it to be. It is a glass of water. It's a malleable thing that's changing, that's flowing, that's fitting to the shape of its container. It moves, it does different things, and we have to just try to accept it, understand it, and go with the flow of it. That's how these things work. But people don't. They refuse to.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left.
Oof, an old
The
man.
next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
She eats the sister. Navik says, I learned that from playing... if I stop enjoying something, I put it down. I learned that from playing stream roulette with games. Same can be said of any media. Absolutely. That's what's happened to me when I'm streaming games. There have been instances of me being like, this isn't clicking, this isn't working. I got my enjoyment out of it to a certain point, and that's that. And like, it's time for me to stop because I'm not connecting with it. It's not working for me. And there's been a lot of instances where I've been like, okay, like when I played Fable 2 and that game did not click at all. A lot of times I was like, okay, well let's see what's not clicking and why it's not clicking. So let's try to alter my approach to this game so that it will work. And it kept not working. It's like, okay, well then it's time for me to be done. I tried to change my approach and change my perspective of the game and what it's trying to do for me. And even then I'm like, it's just not working for me. It's not gonna work. And that's okay. It doesn't make the game bad either. You know? This is also true. You can pick these things back up later. A prime example of that for me was Metal Gear Solid. A game that I attempted to try time and time again. This is early on, through the mid 2000s. Tried over and over again to like make that game work for me, and I failed miserably. It wasn't working at all. And then finally, at some point, it just clicked. It just clicked. And it was a great game. I had a lot of fun.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Simon says, I tried Dragon's Dogma, it didn't click. I put it down for a year. I tried it again, it didn't click. I put it down for a year. I tried it again in May, and I just finished putting 200 hours into it. Woo. That's very much how Metal Gear Solid was for me. I tried so many times for it to click, and it just didn't. Headspace, these sorts of things can all greatly affect that stuff. Where we are just emotionally at that point in time can have a great impact in how we approach games. And what's interesting is that once you have a better understanding of that, once you have that epiphany and realization, you actually begin to recognize those moments, change those things, alter your perception so that you can better enjoy that stuff. Why am I going back the way I came? Let's keep going. And so you can find ways to recognize why things aren't clicking. How can you change to make them click? And make those determinations and calls on whether you should continue or not. It's something you have to practice. You have to have a better understanding of yourself. And that's tough. That's tough.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
See, I have a wandering spirit. I have wanderlust in games. And so I have to, finish it, have my fill, and move on. But I do it in a weird way.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. Luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real.
Oh, yeah. Sakura in the channel, good moderator and good friend, I think is a big fan of Satisfactory. Big time.
You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going?
Whoa.
What did she find? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
I would love to get into the X series.
Caught the world in bliss. If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew. And dance with it. Just like he does.
The X series of games is like the space sim. I'd love to get into that, but my problem is that I cannot invest that. There's too much in this world for me to see and explore that I can't restrict myself to a singular game. And that's a game that is this is the game you play this year. And I can't do that. Is she gonna look at me in the eyes? No, still not gonna. Almost. Yeah. Well, I believe in the 5 million hour game. I do. I can't invest that time. I can't do it.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Yeah.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dilly. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, man. I promise.
Oh boy.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is it not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you?
He's waiting for you by the tree.
Yeah. There's some stuff.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. But she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay. And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces.
It's Odin, baby.
Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
we go.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it. Don't take it. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's ending. It's coming from there and there. What are they? Look. Where's it coming from? She started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal stones.
Interesting.
Focus. 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 Use your eyes. Look. Get closer.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Real the Professor, welcome. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong.
Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
What have you been up to, Real the Professor? What have you been playing? Anything good lately? I hope.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Nice. Hollow Knight. Very fantastic geek. How was that going? Are you enjoying it? Silk Song's gonna come out someday. Someday we'll get Silk Song. Someday. I haven't played Hollow Knight myself, but I hear great things.
Don't go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
This is the truth. We've been going through so many games, though. That's the thing. We've been beating them. Moving through them really quickly. Enjoying every second of it, too.
There he is. There he is. Dillian, there he
is.
Finally.
You found him. What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me?
Did you let him go?
Just wait there. I'll find you.
You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him.
Light the torches. Just trying everything. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, so I've been using Game Pass, and I wanted to get through a bunch of games on Game Pass that I have wanted to get through for a very long time, and just a reason to do so. After this, we got Bug Snacks, then Psychonauts 2, and then The Good Life, and then we're also doing It Takes Two.
Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice is dead? Not Dillian.
Dillian, don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader.
Vampire.
When they come to
Dude,
the
it's a
island
great
where
game.
her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
It's not him.
It's not him.
We told you. We told you it was a trick.
Nice, Simon. Don't need anybody. You don't need to.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
It's not Dillian.
That doesn't sound like him.
What's in there? What is it?
A secret room.
Box.
How do you get in there?
How does she get?
That voice. It's not Dillian.
This is so much.
Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
Oh, it's getting wild.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Achievement unlocked. My greatest fear. Achievements.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy,
The chief said so.
no.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Oof. Oof.
It's done. You did it. But there's more. There's more. I'm tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy.
Ooh. Hold on one second. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
It's too much. She hasn't got the energy. No. Too much to do.
We were going to have to save the game and call it a night. Because, guess what was just going? We had tornado sirens just hit. So, I got to go get everybody's safety. So, fingers crossed. I will talk to you guys later. I'll be back on Wednesday night. We'll continue this journey then. So, it's a perfect time. I'm going to go, though. I have to leave. I'm going to have so much fun at the shelter. Bye, guys. I got to go. See ya. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. We'll continue. We'll finish the game. I promise.